So I didn't think this video would be happening this year because if you'd even asked me 4 weeks ago, are you going to Scriptus? The answer was a hard no. I had plans to go to the pre-Scriptus events around Toronto at stores like Wonder Pens, but after last year's excitement at Scriptus, I decided that I did not want to go again, and I will leave my video from last year's Scriptus above. But then Estabrook put out that they were going to Scriptus, and one of my friends was helping at the booth, and I went, can I help at the booth too? Because I'd really like to go to Scriptus, but I don't want to be on the show floor on crutches. And the answer was yes. So I'm going to Scriptus. And so that meant that I got to do a show shopping list, which are one of my favorite types of videos, because it means that I get to flip through all my previous show shopping lists and sort of see what I still want. And the exciting part about Scriptus is that it is exactly 7 days before my birthday. So it's also like a what maybe has rolled over to my birthday wish list. And so there are a couple things that I want to see in person because I've been saving up affiliate credit at Goldspot and Atlas, and I just want to see things in person before I make decisions about what I want to order. So some things have ended up on the Scriptus list that I don't know if I'm going to actually purchase at Scriptus, but I do want to see in person. And there's a whole bunch of nib people coming, and so my birthday present to myself this year is getting at least one, potentially two nibs done by Matthew Chen. And I love when Matthew does nib work. He's worked on pens for me before. I figure it's a great 24th birthday gift to myself. So for my 24th birthday, I'm getting nibs done. That being said, I'm getting them done at Wonder Pens the day before Scriptus because I think it'll just be a little bit calmer. And Scriptus is walk-up only appointments for most nib people. And Matthew offers pre-booking for Wonder Pens appointments. So I've got a spot, and the number of pens I do will just depend on how long it takes. I've got a fairly large nib list. I need to narrow it down a bit. So I've put them all on this sheet, and you guys can comment below and tell me what you think of the ideas. I've combined both the nibs I want to buy with the nibs that I want to get ground, just so that everything's together. I think it's easier that way. I did think about splitting it up, but some like the Estabrook nibs, you can buy stock, but you can also get custom ground. So I've just put them all together. And then we have inks. I don't need a bunch of inks. I've got a lot of ink. There is always a special show ink for Scriptus, done by the wonderful Aziza of Gourmet Pens. It's once again a collaboration with Pannonia. I got to try it a couple weeks ago at our local Pelican Hub. It's a super fun color, and so I am very excited that I'll be able to buy it again this year. It's just a super fun color. And then there are two other inks that have been on my list since, I want to say, the Chicago Pen Show back in May. And they're continuing to be on my list because I also have yet to see both of them in person. And I'm hoping that maybe Wonder Pens will have them and I'll be able to see swatches in person. And then pens is where it gets tricky because in reality, I'm probably not picking up any of these pens at the show, but I want to see them all in person. So they've all ended up on this list just because I want to see stuff in person and get a better idea. One of them is a brand new pen that Estabrook has just announced. When I'm filming this, it's a couple days after the London Pen Show, and so they've just announced the Jurassic pen. I think it looks absolutely stunning. It looks like a very, very dark green, but I've only seen one set of PR pics for it, and so I really want to see it in person. And then there's lots of other international brands coming this year. Lip Gloss and Lattes keeps posting her, I think it's an Epsom pen, and it looks great. So I've seen Lexi's a bunch, and I want to see them in person, and they're coming this year, so I want to see it. There's also the Estabrook Botanical Garden and Scarlet, both of which I think look stunning online, but I've only ever seen the Botanical Gardens in person. I've never seen the Scarlet, so hopefully I get to see that in person. And then we have paper and accessories, or paper and notebooks, which is really paper and paper accessories. This is a really small category. I am picky with my paper. I really only use Traveler's Notebook paper. I would really like to find a Traveler's Notebook brown cover, which matches my passport one, in the regular size. I don't care if it's used. I just would really like a full-sized one. They are not super easy to come by. I seem to be able to find every color but brown currently in stock. And then I just saw, I believe it was Desert Inkwell, Jeffrey had these really cool Wear and Gall swatch cards that are like photo strips. And I would really like to have a set of those. I don't know how often I'd use them, but I think they'd look super cool, and I think they'd also be fun for like mini paintings. Finally, before we get into like the standard show stuff, we have accessories, because there's some things we need. I have lent Mom some stuff because she needed some Kaweco stuff for her pens. She needed a converter a few weeks ago when she inked up her brass pen that she got for her birthday, and it needs a clip. And then I need a converter for my Pelican. And then we both need converters for all of our Faber-Castell pens. I have a grip and 2 Neo Slims. She has a grip and a single Neo Slim. I don't know if she wants converters for all of those, but we'll see. We at least need converters for some because I just like cartridges, and I also don't have enough for the number of pens that we're currently using cartridges in, so we are quickly burning through my stash of cartridges. Finally, it's a pen show, and I have arranged a couple swaps, one of which is with Esterbrook, because when I got my Golden Gratitude pen, there was a second pen in the box because I am now an ambassador or an affiliate for them. I forget what their program's called. And the pen in the box was the wrong pen. There'd been a mix-up, and I was accidentally sent the wrong pen. So that pen's being swapped for the correct pen. And then I've also got an ink swap with somebody, which is the best part about a pen show. I'm sure by the time the show happens, I'll have more than one ink swap, but I'm going to try and keep my swaps pretty much just with people I know, just so that it's easy for me to track people down. Last year I had swaps with people I didn't know, and like trying to find people when you don't know who they are at a pen show for the first time is really hard. So this year I'm just going to try and swap with people that I at least like know what they look like. I think that makes it a bit easier. But I think it's a pretty solid list. Let me know if you think I've missed anything, and thanks for watching.